Hey guys, welcome back to this week's Super Rugby Predictions. Let's start right away with what happened last week. Well, last week I told you go big or go home, go bold, and I followed my own advice and came horribly short. 4 out of 8 last week, not great at all. But 4 out of 8, I suppose, is better than nothing. And I suppose, going big, one thing this competition teaches you, is that you don't always get it right. And when you think the competition's right for a bit of a change, a bit of a upset, it comes back to confound you. So yeah, my big one that I thought the Force might upset the Crusaders came horribly short, 45-17 that one. Oh well, didn't do so well. But let's get straight on to this week. Let's start this weekend with all the 3 big South African games. The first one being down in Waikato, Hamilton. There, the Bulls going against the Chiefs. Now they've beaten the Chiefs before in the preseason, but that also was missing a couple of guys close to the Bulls' full squad. The Chiefs has won all their games since then. The Bulls have won 1 out of 4. So yeah, and on what we saw last week, where there was a lack of confidence, lack of coaching. The guys running into each other's lanes, defensive lapses. There's been a lot of hard work spoken. There's a bit of a panic in Pretoria at the moment about the guys. Can they do it? Well, no, I don't think so. I think the Chiefs are going to win. I think it'll be improved performance by the Bulls. I think we'll see a lot better, a lot more structure. But I don't think they're going to do it. Chiefs to win easily. Then straight down to another one. The one in Cape Town. The Stormers got a fright in Singapore. Big fright, but they came back and they won it as I expected they would. Still have a bit too much firepower for a team like the Sunwolves. Cheetahs, they blamed everything. They blamed the loss on the Super Rugby possible exclusion. They blamed it on nerves, etc. And Franco might have a point in some of these things, but surely as a professional team, once you get on the field, you need to put those things behind you. I think there's some problems in the Cheetahs camp at the moment. I think there's maybe a lack of confidence, a lack of what to do, and I think the Stormers are gaining momentum the whole time. They had a lot of injuries, but they're backing their youngsters, and that's why at Newlands I'd give it to the Stormers. Then on to the big one at Emirates Airline Park. If you can get down there, if you can get to Joburg, this is going to be the biggest game, one of the biggest games of the year. Lions Sharks. Sharks really looking good. They surprised a lot of people. Kerr and Bosch really put well. Garth April came on second half, did very well as well, and that's where it clicked. They just pulled away from the Cheetahs. So I think the Sharks forwards are a good pack. It's going to be a big battle up front. Maybe not as open as we'd like to see it, but I think the Lions are confident in their ability. They went off the boil in the second half, but they'd already had the game won by then against the Kings, so I'm not too worried about that. I think the Lions are going to win this one, but it's going to be an arm wrestle of note. Highlanders, Rebels, well, on this one you always have to back the New Zealand teams the way they're going at the moment. Aussies aren't having much luck against them. I really think Australian rugby's a bit in the dumps at the moment. Rebels did well, but they lacked the confidence. They were ahead against the Waratahs. They should have won that game, and they didn't, and that's the problem. I don't think they've got what it takes at the moment to beat a team like the Highlanders, so I give this to the Highlanders by 10. I think the Blues have picked up a lot of confidence against the Bulls in that victory there, and that should set them up against the Force as well. I don't think the Force did themselves any favours against the Crusaders. They showed how to be beaten. I think Dave Wessels is doing a great job with limited stocks there, and I think the Blues are going to win this one rather easily. Okay, then the Reds coming back from that horror trip, South Africa and Argentina. They're now back at home. They're going to face the Hurricanes. Hurricanes on a great form, defending champions. I don't see them losing this one. I see more pain for the Reds. 10-point win for the Hurricanes. And finally, Sunday morning game, Crusaders Waratahs. Now the Waratahs are looking a lot better since they got Will Skelton, Bernard Foley, the likes of that back. But the Crusaders are winning games, and they're winning them well. They're winning them at the death. They got a lot of confidence, momentum. They're playing forward. I'm not quite sure the Waratahs are out of the woods just yet. This is going to be a closer game than we think, but I would give it as well to the New Zealand team by the virtue of the fact that New Zealand are dominating Australia so badly at the moment. I think Daryl Gibson's got some problems in Sydney, and I give it to the Crusaders. No Jaguares or Kings this week. Both on a bye, both a deserved break, so they get the weekend off. But that's it for this weekend. Let me know your predictions. Tell me what you agree with, what you don't. Check the subscribe button at the bottom here, and watch out for more videos like this. Cheers.